The Earth people who can think are so frightened by those who cannot. The dead. The dead.
Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Viral Venom. Tonight we're joined by our special guest, actress and producer, Tracey Pritt. But before we get a chance to bring her out, we have to give a special shout out to Michael Claude Thomas and the B-Movie Monsters for allowing us to use their song Plan 9 in our intro video. Plan 9 from the B-Movie Monsters is available on streaming platforms all across the Monsterverse.
Yes, all across the Monsterverse.
All right. So we have to mention that Friday at midnight, our brand new Indiegogo campaign for Boredom and Bloodshed goes live on Indiegogo. We have a special offer for Friday only. You can get yourself an associate producer credit for only $99. It's on IMDb and in the end credits of the film. It's the easiest way to get involved with a project like that, to get your foot in the door or to add to your resume. It's a super special deal that we did with Killer Pizza.
Is it playing?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
It's a deal that we did with Killer Pizza, and a lot of people wanted us to bring it back. So it's one day only. It's Friday on the 9th. This Friday, 2 days from today. If you miss out, you're out of luck. We cannot offer that perk again after Friday, and the perk will never be that cheap again, ever. So it's your one chance to get it at that price. This Friday, 2 days from today. Please don't ask me on Saturday if I can give it to you for the same price, because it's weird. I don't want to be mean, but we can't do it. It's Friday only. Thank you in advance for not asking me. Without any further ado,
I was about to say you sounded all kind of serious there.
Well, because I don't want people to ask me on Saturday.
Don't ask them.
Don't ask me on Saturday. All right. So
without further ado, Monster Lady of the Hour, Tracey Pritt.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey guys!
Oh my God! It's Tracey Pritt. I told you she'd be here.
No, I told you she'd be here.
I told you were like, she's not going to be here. Yeah. So Tracey Pritt is an actress and producer that's worked on films such as Friday the 13th, Blood Loss, Killer Pizza, Night Howl, We Are the Waiting, and Superman. Were you in Superman?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to get a chance to talk about that. Let's wait a second before we get to that. Let's see what they're saying in the comments. Zachary says, hey, Anthony and Mandy. Hi, Zachary. And he says, how are you guys doing? We're doing fantastic now that we're here with Tracey Pritt, our special guest. And,
well, I'm fantabulous.
And now that Zachary's in the comments section with us, hanging out. All right, so Tracey's attached to Killer Pizza. You're a part of that project with us. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, we recently announced that Nancy Ann Ritter had joined the cast of Killer Pizza. Nancy Ann Ritter's known as the bathroom girl from Scream. So we have to ask all the guests the same question.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Halloween.
Yeah.
Is it,
1978.
Yep.
Is that
gotta be Mike Myers?
Is the original one your favorite, or is it
yes.
a different one?
Yeah, when I seen that as a teenager, that just blew me away. I loved it.
Very cool. Clifton Taylor's here. Oh my God, Clifton Taylor. Hi, Cliff.
Hi, Cliff.
First AD on Friday the 13th, Blood Loss, and an actor in the film. He portrays the character Gregory. And then we have Zachary Scott says, Halloween is a classic. I agree. Mandy's favorite scary movie is Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
I thought it was 2.
Yes.
I like.
No, it's 3. I like The Mask.
I like.
I'm a sucker for Silver Shamrock, and everybody loves Tom Atkins.
I like both.
Oh yeah, you
films.
can't.
My favorite
Dope
scary
mustache.
movies. Oh yeah, yeah. Mandy likes the mustache. So yeah, Halloween and Halloween 3 are awesome. My favorite scary movie is The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Zachary White saying his favorite is Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter. And Matthew White says Halloween 1978. So a lot of people agree that Halloween is awesome. We want to know, for the people in the comments section, what's your favorite scary movie? Let us know in the comments so we can show it on screen and talk about it.
Yes, let's talk about it.
So Tracey came and filmed with us in October. She filmed the scene for Friday the 13th, Blood Loss. She actually filmed 2 scenes. So she came, she filmed the scene, and then we asked her to come back. She filmed the second scene. What was that like for you?
I'm telling you what, the first time I was excited to be there. The kill scene, it was okay, but like you said, there was just something, it needed to be something more. And so when I came back the second time and you told me what you had come up with, man, that was crazy. I loved it. I did. I loved it.
Yeah, Tracey's scene was a lot of fun.
I felt like you were like really getting into it too after a couple minutes. Like,
well, Loretta was beside me when I was behind you doing what you told me to be doing while you were filming Jason, and which not giving away spoilers, but you said don't stop doing what you're doing till I tell you to stop, and I was behind you. And so I just kept going and going and going. And Loretta had her hand over her mouth laughing because she knew that I started what I was doing standing up. By the time I finally got done, I was all the way on the ground, about 4 inches from the ground. Well, I don't want to give away spoilers. And then you finally said cut. And I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, but I felt like I gave it. Because the first thing you turned around to me and you said, I really did believe you were, and then you said it. And I said, well, good. That made me feel so much better. So I couldn't talk the next day.
Yeah, we really did believe that you were shopping at Walmart.
Tracey was.
I do that well.
So Tracey was screaming. That's what she's talking about. So she was.
Yeah, I didn't know what you wanted me to say. I was being a good girl.
Yeah. She had to scream for a while, and we had to keep it going because we would change the focus from her character to other characters, and we still had to have that scream in the background. So we just said, hey, can you do it again? Can you do it some more? Can you do it continued? So she was going for a little bit on set. Zachary says his favorites are Halloween, Friday the 13th, Part 4, but he also likes Gremlins and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Are those some of Tracey's favorites too?
Where are they at here?
Oh, he's picking out her background.
You have the clowns back there?
Yeah.
I'm afraid to touch anything. I'd move it, but...
So we'll talk about that stuff behind me in a minute because it looks like you have a bunch of cool stuff back there.
It's the only room I had to do this in because everybody's home, so it had to be the craft room.
It's the perfect room, I think. Zachary says, I just love creature features. And then Clifton says his favorite is The Lost Boys. They've been doing a retro night at the theaters, and they had Lost Boys playing. I think it was with Stand By Me. I think it was like a Corey Feldman double thing.
Oh, okay. So they have Stand By Me and...
Yeah, Stand By Me.
Yes, Corey Feldman.
Yeah. Very cool. We like
it would have been cool to watch both of them. Haven't seen Stand By Me in a really long time.
So Tracey got to film scenes with Josh Racine. Those were the scenes where Josh Racine was Jason. What was it like filming with Josh Racine?
Oh, he was so nice. I mean, we still talk every now and then and like each other's stuff, and just stuff like that all the time. He is just so down to earth. I'm glad I got, the opportunity to do my scene with him and everything. He made it more comfortable. So I really do appreciate that opportunity, and I'm glad I got to meet him. I hope maybe in the future I can do something else, with him. And I thank you all for giving me the opportunity to have the scene I ended up with. I'm really happy with it.
Well, yeah, thanks for coming down twice and filming with us. Yeah, Josh is a super nice guy. Him and his son Joshua were both in the movie. Joshua also did a lot of stuff behind the scenes as a production assistant. So a lot of he did a lot of audio stuff. So a lot of the people that filmed, if you're wondering who the sound guy was, that was probably Joshua Racine, depending on what day they were there. Loretta also helped, Loretta Chambers at one point. So yeah, awesome, Josh and Joshua.
I remember Christian was there too, but I didn't get to, talk to him or meet him that night, because we were busy, but I remember Christian was there.
Yeah, so at that time, Christian wasn't even like the official Jason. He was kind of doing some stand-in stuff, and that might have been the first. I think it was actually the first night that he actually like started putting the costume on and doing stand-in stuff for it.
Oh.
So at that point he was John Hawthorne, which is still in the film. It's a big role in the film. So he's pretty much all over the movie. We call it Friday the 13th Christian Bester.
That's why I started calling it. I said that to Christian after I got the script, and it's like I was telling Anthony, I was like, "Go, we can't just send him his sides." I go, "I'm just sending him the whole thing." I'm like, the whole thing is him.
Yeah,
it's his. I'm like, it's his movie.
I'm so excited for his, success and getting to be on Law and Order. I'm so jealous, and at least they kept his part. So
yeah, he did a great job on Law and Order SVU, the most recent season, the final episode. He he has lines in it. He's part of a team that rescues the victim. It was pretty cool. I tried to talk about it without spoiling it, but every Law and Order kind of has the same premise, right? They're after a bad guy. So Christian's team is part of the group that's going after the bad guy. Clifton Taylor says Josh Racine and Joshua Racine were so great on set. Yeah, they are awesome. They don't really ask for much, they're just there helping out. And it's, we try to include them as much as possible. I just talked to Josh earlier today because I had to order he has like one of the masks that we made up, and I had to get new straps for him. So we got the same straps that we used in Blood Loss that we're sending to him. And then Clifton also says Christian Bester is the bestest of the best.
I don't think bestest is a word.
Yeah, so Christian, super awesome guy, had two major roles in the film, also helped out a ton behind the scenes, stayed up all night, 20 plus hours, making sure all the scenes were finished and everybody got to do their stuff.
It just sounded like a campaign slogan. Like the next thing you're going to see is vote for Christian Bester. He's the best.
Yeah.
So Tracey has started doing background extra work with like actual major motion pictures. Do you want to go ahead and tell us about your first experience and what had happened?
Well, the first one was I got booked to play a background extra, a doctor on Mayor of Kingstown. So I went to Pittsburgh for that, and it was a 12-hour day. Everything went, I loved it. It's my first, like a TV series on set and everything. And then we found out, which I couldn't believe, that same day that scene wasn't going to be used. But they came into this holding area and said, "Thank you, everybody. You are getting paid." And I'm like, I turned, what is she saying? Oh, well, our scene's not going to be used. I'm like, oh, bummer. But, I still had the experience, and I had to tell myself, wait a minute. You're here. on this, TV series and got the experience. So I'm happy with that. And that was in May. Then June come around and I had, applied for certain things and then got the email that I got the background extra as a citizen in the new Superman movie by James Gunn. And that just blew me away. So I went down there in June to Cleveland, and that was wonderful. I mean, that, everything's a different experience, but just to see the big, like the lights up on these, I want to say like excavators or something. I don't know what the correct term is for. I mean, everything was so huge and everybody was so nice. And I got to talk to some production assistants and asked them, they were real young. How did you become that? Well, we started out as background actors. Now we're production assistants, just things you find out, just hanging out and everything. And so that was exciting. And my husband, he had dropped me off on this background lot to go to the fitting area, and they had the big tents and the trailers and everything. And he said, I just couldn't believe when I was dropping you off how cool everything was. And so he was really happy for me. And I'm lucky to have, somebody like him that supports me. So, because Mandy, I don't like to drive. I do, but I don't like to drive that far. So he takes me to all these things. And so then in July, a horror comedy came up for Columbus, and Cleveland are between 2 and 4 hours from me. So the director is Kyra Gardner of this horror comedy. I don't want to say the name yet because it was one name, but she's already changed it, it looks like. So I'm not sure, what's going on with that. But she's the daughter of the Chucky puppeteer. So this is her. She did a film before him, but it was called, it was a documentary, Living with Chucky. And apparently that's done like really well and everything. So this is her horror comedy that she's going to be coming out with within the next year or whatever. And I play a women's rights activist. So that was another different, because everybody's different. It's a smaller, type of thing, but still, like with Superman, I was a good ways away from the cameras. Still happy about it though. But in this one that I just did, the horror comedy, I remember the camera being like 5 feet behind me here and 10 feet here. And there were like 3 or 4 different scenes. And then her co-director come up to me and said, do you care to say one word? And I'm like, absolutely. And so, you never know what's going to get kept or, but I'm still happy about it. I like Mandy knows, I stress myself out over these things. And so now I'm happy that those are done and I have them under my belt, and I've copied my little paychecks that's come in the mail and hung them on the wall in here. And so now I'm just working on my horror yard display, which I've been doing since May. And we're hoping to have everything up by September 13th, Friday the 13th. And so that's what's going on basically right now. And some of the stuff's in here.
I have a couple still shots here. Let's check them out.
Yep. The original, the first poster that I think he put out.
Yeah. And then I don't know if this was an official one or not.
I don't know. I haven't seen that one yet.
But here's this one. We know that they put this one out. So did you get to see him in the costume?
No, he was where I was at. I was filming at the end of an alley. They were at the other end, and it was a nighttime scene. And so the camera was at the other end of the alley. I'm at the other end, probably a silhouette in the dark or whatever. But yeah, it was exciting. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I just keep saying to myself that, I can't believe, I got the opportunity, background extra, small or not, it's still, I got my kids raised, and these are just things that I'm just going out and doing for fun. So
cross some things off her bucket list.
Oh yeah. I want to do a Christmas movie too. So let's do a Christmas movie.
Clifton's saying, great stuff, Tracy. Thank you for sharing your experiences. And Dax says, hello, everyone. Hello, Dax. All right. So I have some more stills here. I didn't get them for all the movies that you're attached to, but I got them from some of the ones that are on your IMDb. I thought it might be fun to talk about some of them. If I can get back to them, I'll pull them up. Here we go. All right. So did you want to talk about your films that you guys have made? Because you've made films too.
Yeah, we started in 2015 and we did a deranged clown film. And it was called Fun Time. And then
okay.
In 2016, we did Miles Before Sleep, which was a hillbilly horror. And this was all in us learning, as a family. And then finally with our third one, Are We the Waiting? We were getting better and everything, and I got a distributor, and it ended up in major online retail. And then the fourth one, Night House, a werewolf, like a psychological thriller, and it ended up inside Walmart. So, as we were going, we were learning and getting better and better. And let me tell you, that was really exciting too. We were going to every Walmart we could in the radius, taking pictures inside Walmart by our film. And that was, and I executive produced all of them. And he gave me a little part in, each film, and trying to help Mom learn and get her feet wet. But as I tell everybody, I think there was a message there, because every time he put me in something, I was a deranged mom or a Karen. So I didn't know if he was giving me a hint. But so then when you all gave me the opportunity, because he quit, he's writing books now, and they're still horror. But then when you all, had the casting call and stuff like that, and I decided to, I thought, can I do this? And asked Mike, it's New York. What do you think? He said, go for it. The kids aren't doing their films no more, and you still like it. And so I'm really happy that I did. Got great friends out of it. And just like with you, I know you've all made several friends out of people from blood loss. And I'll be forever, grateful that I got that opportunity, because I think once I went down there and made myself do it with blood loss, I don't think I would have ended up, going and finishing and doing other things. It gave me the confidence, because you all are so down to earth and friendly, and like Mandee's always like, oh, come on, you can do this. It's no big deal. You might, come on.
I tell her that all the time.
She's all, she's and I hear her when I'm like out in my conscious. It's like, Mandee's like, well, it's like, what would Mandee do? Well, Mandee would be telling me, you can do this. So yeah, I really do appreciate it.
I was so proud of you, Tracy. It's been really exciting. Like every time you say that you went and you gone and you were on set and everything that you've been doing, it's like, I was really happy. I was like, I knew you could do it.
Yeah, I was too shy when I was younger, and I'm upset that I waited till in my 50s, but like they say, better late than never. So I am really enjoying it.
Yes, we try to help people as much as possible. So I have posters from some of the movies. I wanted to share them, if that's okay, if we're allowed to. And then is it okay if we talk about them a little bit and just
I don't know how much I could say, but I'll try.
Okay. All right. So so I have a couple of yours. Let's see.
Yeah. Are We the Waiting?
We Are the Waiting. Are We the Waiting? So on this one and on Night Howl, I like the art a lot. Whoever did the graphics for this, I thought did a good job. It's very like vibrant, colorful, and fun. And did you
my
guys
son
do this
liked
yourself, or?
No, my son, of course, it was all his idea, his movies, his writing, he acts in them. He's the smallest picture, the guy with the mustache.
Okay.
Well, I guess both of them do, but he's all the way the smallest head, beside the girl in the dark hair. But that's him. And so he likes the retro, so we found somebody in Pittsburgh and messaged him, and he told him exactly how he wanted it, and they turned out really well. And when we went to horror cons to set up and promote, I made sure these posters were when they were behind us was, I think, probably about the size of the one you have behind you. And people drew them to our table. They loved it. It just stood out from everybody else's. So yeah, we're really happy we went with that artist.
Yeah. When I saw this, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And the other one from Night Howl, I want to share too. So just wanted to compliment that. It says, bad things come for those who wait. This was one that you guys produced as a family, so I thought that was pretty cool. I know we've seen one of theirs, but
we
not
saw
the
the
other
Christmas one.
Was it?
Yeah,
did you
Bloody
guys do a
Holiday,
Christmas one?
which was a short.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
short.
I know.
We
I never
watched
saw
that one.
So is this one? This is just a straight up like slasher film, right?
Yeah. He just wanted to have his own. I don't know what you call it. To his favorite movie, Scream. And so it's kind of, it's your typical. It was just for fun. We had a blast. I mean, it done real well. And like I said, it ended up in major retail online. And so he's really happy with that. It's just he had his little bucket list of things he wanted to, do. And he started when he was 19. He's now 28. And he's just, he said, never say never. He might, in the next couple years, maybe do another one. I'm not sure. Right now, he's just writing books.
Billy Baxter's here, says keep kicking it. Billy Baxter has a really cool podcast that we're going to be on August 16th talking about Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. We'll make sure to share the link for that once we get closer. Dax Hadaway says very cool poster. Yeah, I like it a lot. So is this one still? So you have a like a smaller role in this one?
No, in that one, I just produced. I did set design. I helped with horror props just on that one. And that one was we done it in 2017, I think, and then in 2020s when they started being available in major retail. So, and that, like I said, that one was online.
So was that tough to get the movie into stores, or was it just a learning process, or what was it like?
Well,
at that time,
I had talked to another independent filmmaker that was, the same budget and stuff that I'd been following him doing films, and I noticed that he had one in Walmart. And I had no clue what I was doing. So I contacted him and asked him. He gave me the number of the distributor, which it's Wild Eye Releasing and they have several, films out in major retail. So I contacted them, and of course they had me send everything over and check it out for sound and, everything that they do. And what it is, of course, we don't get any money if you've got, you either choose, do you want money, which everybody, of course, does, and it be in lesser places, not maybe as well known, or, like we did, give it to the distributor, and it was everywhere. There wasn't, Target, Walmart, Barnes and Noble, on Amazon, whatever, because putting it in, like Walmart, for instance, the cost for 5 movies on a shelf, there was just no way we could do it. So it was more like, let them do it. And my son said, just so he could be known. Like, for independent, people, oh, I seen your film. We had family that got it in California at Walmart and things like that. So if we did it again, we probably wouldn't go that route, just because, the company had to make all their money back for what it cost them to get them into all those retails. So we didn't see anything.
Right. Very cool. Well, I'm glad I asked about that, because I think it's illuminating, enlightening on how that process works.
I could be a little wrong, so don't anybody quote me. It's been a little while since we did it, but
quote her. You heard it here first.
Yeah. I lied. Don't listen to me.
And then I have another one that you guys worked on. And then the artwork for this one is just as cool. So did the guy that made this one, is
Yes.
that the same artist that made the other
Yes.
one? Yeah.
It's the same
Yeah,
person.
it's a
And
cool style.
yeah, my son's favorite color is like hot pink and neon greens, and he definitely wanted that hot pink incorporated somewhere into that black and red, and I think it worked. That was the first one, but when Wild Eye took Night Howl,
Yeah.
I think you've seen it, but they changed, they take it and they changed it, so that was their.
Yeah. And that one looks cool too.
Yeah,
You guys
I
got
mean, it looked good.
two cool covers out of it.
So that's what it got changed to.
Different styles, but both cool. Both turned out good, so can't go wrong with either one. So this was this the next movie that you guys made after Are We the Waiting?
Yes, that was our fourth one, and that's the one that went inside Walmart, which we were super surprised and happy about, and just felt like we, had all the hard work we'd been doing since 2015 had paid off, because that ended up, and it actually is still, you can watch it through Amazon, and you can get it online at Walmart still.
Is it safe to say that this one's more of a werewolf movie, just a straight up?
Yeah,
kind of
and
creature?
people are indifferent about it, and it's basically because I guess they're expecting like American Werewolf, which I understand, American Werewolf in London or whatever, but it's more of a psychological thriller. It's got a twist to it. So once, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I mean, it worked. And we're happy with it, like I said.
Yeah, like you said, this one's still like everywhere, right? You can still get this one, because I was
Yeah.
actually looking at it to buy it because I want to see it. And so it's still out there and available for people watching that want to.
Right. You can order it through Walmart. It's not inside the store no more. You can order it through Walmart, or you can watch it on Amazon Prime. I actually seen in New York, there's a store, Forbidden Planet, maybe a bookstore, but I seen that they were carrying it at one point for a long time.
You know what I saw? I saw this on a double disc feature where it was with another movie on the same disc.
Right. There was,
so that was pretty cool too, I thought.
Wild Eye wanted to come out with a creature, like the iconic Dracula, Frankenstein, a mummy, and a werewolf film. And we didn't know anything about this. This is how this happened. We hadn't heard about it or anything. We just knew our Night Howl was online to get through Walmart online. Well, somebody got a hold of my son and said, I just got your movie inside the store. My son's like, no, you couldn't have got our movie inside the store. It's not in a store. And he's like, yeah. And when he showed him, it had those 4 movies on it. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I contacted.
So it has 4. One of them has 4 movies then.
Yeah. So I
think the one I saw had 2. So maybe they, I don't know.
Oh, so I contacted the distributor, and they said what had happened is, I don't know how this works, but they went into some kind of meeting to pitch this 4 creature thing to go in Walmart. And when they showed each movie, I guess they watch them or whatever, they liked the Dracula, the Mummy, and these were all different independent people. And then when they got to whoever's werewolf movie, no disrespect or anything, it just wasn't going to work.
So you're saying they had somebody else's werewolf movie and they didn't want to go with that, so then they moved to Night Howl.
So Wild Eye said he pitched to them, wait a minute, because they were like going to, I guess close the deal. We're not, we have to have the werewolf. And he said, I actually have one that just come in. And I said, you're kidding me? He said, yeah. He said, so we pitched yours and they took it. So
cool.
That was exciting. Yeah, we got super lucky with that. So I've had people say, oh, well, it's a basement bar. It's in the basement bin, the bargain bin or whatever. I'm like, so, I mean, it's in Walmart. That's, who cares?
So this was the most recent one that you guys have had in Walmart and one with that distributor, right? So hopefully more cool things. I keep an open mind. I'm hoping you guys end up doing something that's really exciting as a follow-up. So yeah, Night Howl. If you're watching this, check it out. Get yourself a copy. It's still available online from Walmart. Super glad we got to talk about those because I've been wanting to ask you a lot of those questions. I have another poster here. You guys spoil this one, right? This one is Neon Fear. So this is another Friday the 13th fan film. Clifton Taylor, who was in the comments, I don't know if he's still there, but he's in this movie. It looks like a lot of familiar names are on the poster there. Stephen Crone, Christopher Corrick, who's in Blood Loss. Just going through some of them to see who I recognize, but it seems to be that some people like doing, the Friday the 13th fan films. It might go from Blood Loss to Neon Fear to Maurice McCoy's Jason Escape from Hell. Some of the Blood Loss people are going to that one too. Clifton's on that one. Loretta Chambers is on that one. Did you get to film with them on set for Neon Fear?
No, this was just one of them things where they needed your picture and needed a face, and so they're gonna. Okay. If you know anything about the backstory, they're like, I'm probably, like I said, don't quote me, like robots. Right. These different Jasons or whatever. So I'm Android. Yeah. I'm Android number 11.
Okay, that's okay. That's cool. Yeah, I was just curious about it. Just wondering if you had a chance to work with them on set. I was going to ask what that was like. Yeah, should be pretty interesting. I recognize a lot of the names on it. Aurora Abyss. I hope I'm saying that right. Is a Blood Loss supporter, so we appreciate his support. I see some other names here, just kind of hard for me to see all of them, but.
Most of them on my IMDb are things that, like, I like to help support independent filmmakers because, we've experienced, that whole, trying to make films and stuff. And so I try to just help wherever I can. And so most of them on there are either like I have done the missing poster, just like you all have offered, or just a picture hanging on the wall or what. Most of them are all that. There's one when you were looking through them that says Daylight to Dark. It's a vampire movie. I was supposed to be in that one because it's only about a couple hours away from me, and I got sick. So they ended up, I've got like a picture in it or something, but I was supposed to be like towards the end scene of Vampire with a bunch of other people, but I didn't get to do that one. I was really bummed about that. But so like, mostly are the films that I'm actually in is the ones we've done, which has been about four to six of those, and then your all's, and then I just went on and did the TV series Superman, and then the horror comedy in Columbus, and so that's where I'm at right now. I'm just taking a break, and hopefully the next one is Killer Pizza, and I'll be coming back
Killer
again.
Pizza, which is in demand on Indiegogo today. You guys can join the cast by signing up for one of those cool perks that we have available. There are producer credits, voice acting roles, get your face on a missing person flyer, and lots more. All the donations help us get the movie made. It's appreciated very much. We just added some new perks to the campaign, including the official movie poster. If you haven't joined yet, you can still join and get your name added to the poster since they haven't been printed. But it's getting closer and closer to being printed. So if you want to join and want your name on the poster, make sure you join soon. We have a brand new T-shirt design, the replica hat, which I'm gonna get. I really want the poster and the replica hat, because that hat's the one that Colin Field's character is going to wear throughout the film. So I just thought that was cool. So I'm going to get myself a poster and a hat to start, then I'll get the other ones. There's a T-shirt, and what else do we have? The tank top. There's
the tank tops with Tam
on it. Is the hat the one that says Tony's?
Yeah, it says Tony's, and then we made sure that so everybody knows it's from Killer Pizza. There's a little Killer Pizza underneath the thing.
Yeah, I want to get
a replica hat from. Yeah, from the hat that you'll see in the film, it'll be the exact same hat. So I thought that was a cool one. So poster and the hat for me first, and then I'm gonna get the T-shirt, and then I'm gonna get the women's tank, and I'm gonna get it.
You're
all.
gonna get a woman's tank. That's gonna be
He's
interesting.
confident in himself. Let him.
So Killer Pizza is in demand on Indiegogo. You guys can get your perks today. Boredom and Bloodshed goes live on Friday. We're going to have a one-day only sale. It's for associate producer credits. You get yourself an associate producer credit for only $99. You can't go wrong with that. It's an easy way to get your foot in the door, or to add to your already existing resume. It's a deal that we offer for one day only. The perk will never be that cheap again, and we cannot offer it to you for the same price after Friday. Friday only, this Friday, 2 nights from tonight, get your associate producer credit for Boredom and Bloodshed for only $99. How cool is that?
It's super cool. I'm just trying to share this to Instagram.
Okay. So Tracey's going to be involved with Killer Pizza. I'm super excited for it because I get to act in it a little bit, which is something that I didn't get to do with Blood Lost. And so it'll be a nice little change of pace for me. Mandee's writing Killer Pizza all by herself. I don't do any of the writing stuff. It's all Mandee. Mandee chose the cast. It was my idea to get Walter Phelan, but she agreed to it and picked the rest of the cast members. And she's directing it. So I'm not doing all the same stuff that I was doing with Blood Lost. So Mandee, did you want to talk about Tracey's character, or do you want to mention the film, or?
Well, originally, Tracey wasn't going to be on set, so we had toyed with some of the ideas and everything. But I figured I'd still bring that character to life more.
So she is coming to set? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, she's going to come to set.
Did she know that?
Yeah, she knows that. Now she does. I keep telling her she has to.
I just do what Mandee says.
Yeah, she's coming to set.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I think we always want you around.
Yeah, with her character, I was going to have it touch on. She was going to be a podcaster, and she was going to do a podcast on possession, which I thought would be just really funny considering what's going on with the pizza and everything. So yes. I figured we have her come on set, and she can actually. I'll make it worth her while and everything. So she'll have like a very dramatic, climatic exit on screen. but we're gonna get to see her in her little thing, doing her little podcast and everything in person. I figured that'll be fun.
Well, I'm excited to have her on set again. Excited.
But Anthony's going to be co-directing still when he's not acting in the film.
Yeah, so I'm excited to work on the movie. We have a ton of cool cast members attached to it that we haven't mentioned, that we always mention, but we haven't mentioned tonight. So just run through a few of them. We have Tracey Pritt from Superman Legacy on the set of Killer Pizza. Tom Glynn, who is Kringle and Creepshow, is the title character. He's the voice of the Killer Pizza. He's Tony, the pizza guy. So it's his name on the hat. By the way, Tony, the name for the film it's not named after me. If you guys think that, you're wrong. It's not my name. It's named after Mandee's dad. That's where the name comes from.
Yeah,
so it's not me.
It's my dad.
So Tom Glynn is going to be Tony, the Killer Pizza. Colin Fields, Brandon the Pizza Boy, the one wearing the cool Tony's hat. Walter Phelan is in the movie. By the way, Colin is a musician and actor. Walter Phelan was Dr. Satan in House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects. He's worked on The Mandalorian, Avengers, Thor, X-Files, Charmed, Little Nicky, and just on and on and on and on. Tam Taylor, actress and comedian. Al Burke from The Wedding Singer, Killjoy, Star Trek, Eminem music videos, Cardi B's stuff, and he's in the newest Airheads commercial. Nancy Ann Ritter from Scream, Nathaniel Oliver, Robert Todd Kennedy, Diego Guirdas, Lisa Kinser, Lisa Hins, and just Rudy Ledbetter, and just so on and on. I mean, we have a huge cast for it, and they're all really amazing, supportive people that are enthusiastic about making the film. So
Mention
Christian Bester, who's Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th Blood Loss, and he was recently on Law & Order SVU. He's the one I'm looking forward to seeing. And Tracey, of course.
He didn't spend enough time with them. They're together. It's like 24/7.
Christian, of course, is also going to have a major role in Boredom and Bloodshed. Again, the Indiegogo campaign goes live this Friday. The reason why I keep saying this over and over is because people are going to watch this video after. Then what they do is they skip through it, right? And they think they're going to skip over the promotional stuff, but they're not.
He's not going to let you.
So, Boredom and Bloodshed goes live this Friday. So yeah, Killer Pizza. Do you want to talk about anything else with that and Tracey?
Well, I didn't want to say too much about Tracey's part because then it would just give away a little bit, because I still want it to be a surprise for everyone. But yeah, her character is going to be super fun. I think she'd get a big kick out of it. She even sent me like a voice clip the one day of her like.
I was doing that just to be joking, and Mandy liked it.
Yeah. I did. I'm like, I actually like this. It's a good idea. So I went with it. Yeah. Well, Tracey's one of my favorite people of all time, just so everybody knows. And me and Tracey talk all the time. All the time.
By the way, guys, we've been trying to get Tracey on this show for years, and we couldn't make it happen. Her agent wouldn't let it happen. And finally, we convinced them.
You probably had bets going. She ain't going to be on tonight. I bet she backs out. I bet she's not going to be on.
I didn't think he'd back out. I just figured you could start doing the panicky thing and see you didn't need my help getting on. You did fine.
Yeah, I started at like 8 o'clock.
Yeah. So Damaris says, hi, guys. I'm in a meeting, but it was great working with you. Hi, Damaris. Thank you for checking it out. It was awesome working with you on set.
For the ones that are just tuning in and everything, Tracey filmed with us last October. We had her come back out to refilm her scene, and everybody's much happier with how it turned out the second time around.
Matthew White says, Killer Pizza, the snack that bites you back. And Clifton Taylor says, Killer Pizza will be amazing. Great cast.
Everybody keeps trying to come up with new taglines for it.
Get your slice of revenge from Indiegogo today. Killer Pizza's in demand on Indiegogo. It has Mandy's. I'm not allowed to say it's the best cast because I feel like a jerk, but Mandy goes, we got the best cast ever.
We do have the best cast ever.
So it's an amazing cast. We have some really cool perks available for people that donate to the campaign. If you haven't joined us, I don't know why. I don't know what your problem is. You got to figure out your life. You got to sort some things out tonight. All right. So, anything else about Killer Pizza before I ask her about the cool stuff behind her?
You told everybody what it was about.
No, go ahead. No, that's you. Go ahead.
Okay, so with Killer Pizza, it's going to be about Tony Mann, who owns a rundown pizza shop, who's indebted to the local mafia. There's an unfortunate turn of events where he comes back as a pizza, and he basically goes to his pizza delivery boy to help him deliver his revenge. So they do meet up with a local stripper along the way, so that way they have their little gang there that goes on. So those are going to be our three main characters. Will be Tony Mann, it'll be Brandon, the pizza delivery boy, and then Marie, who is the stripper. And like Anthony said before, the pizza is actually named after my deceased father, and just to add a little bit more humor to it, I did name the stripper after my mother, but my deceased mother. So I figured they would have understood and they would have gotten a kick out of it, because that was just me. But the story is something that I sat down with my daughter over a year and a half ago now, and because she came to me and asked me to make a movie about a killer pizza. So I said, okay, let's go over some ideas really quick. And it took us like about 15 minutes. And we had the basis of the story and everything. And then I wrote the script from there. We will have some there's going to be some major rewrites and everything, obviously, because we have a lot of people that have been supporting us, which we're extremely grateful for. And I have to write in those parts and everything for them and make that all work. So just super excited to be able to work with everybody, and I hope that everybody's just as passionate about the storyline as we are. It's a family thing. Anthony's going to be filming and co-directing with me, as well as acting in the film, which has Emily. Emily's tickled by that. She thinks it's great. And we do have a surprise for Anthony's character in it as well. There's just going to be a lot of little things in it that I hope that everybody gets a big kick out of.
So the effects, I just want to say, are all practical effects. We have some help behind the scenes a little bit, I think, from Walter Phelan on this one. Like I said, Walter is an award-winning effects. Everybody's award-winning, but Walter is really.
He's actually an award-winning effects artist.
He's worked on The Mandalorian, Goosebumps, Thor, The Avengers, you name it, he's done it. And the other thing I wanted to mention too is that there are other sort of films with kind of weird objects or the killers. I don't really want it to be compared to those films, because I think we're trying to do more with this one as far as the cinematography and the acting and the story and all that. It's not going to be a rushed thing where it looks like your other kind of films.
Yeah. With my take on this film, I was telling everybody that their characters are serious. Like when I was going over Giovanni, the mob boss, and stuff like this, I'm like, everybody else in this film, besides the pizza and your pizza delivery boy and maybe Marie at times, but not really, your sarcasm and your humor come from the duo of the pizza and the delivery boy. The rest of it, everything's kind of very serious. So it is still a horror comedy, but
it's going to feel like we had more money to make it than we actually do.
Yeah.
So when you guys look at it and you go, oh, I think it's like this other, like the Full Moon movies or something. And I grew up watching the Full Moon movies, love the Full Moon movies, keep up with the Full Moon movies. It's just not going to be that.
Mm-hmm.
We want it to be a little bit more polished. We care, about the movie, and we've spent time talking about what it would look like aesthetically after it's been in post-production and edited, and what the vibe would be like, and the tone of the film after post-production and all that stuff. So it's not something that we're just slapping together. It's not just something where we want, it's not just another money grab thing. She actually cares about the movie.
Yeah.
we feel that it would actually have the potential to become one of these cult films, at the least. Being an original, we have more opportunities. We'd have to partner up with Tracey and talk about distribution options and things like that. But with Blood Loss, it's very we had limited options because it's a fan film. We don't own the IP to Friday the 13th or Jason Voorhees or Camp Crystal Lake or any of that. So we can't monetize the film, meaning we can't have it on Netflix, we can't have it on Tubi, we can't have it on Amazon Prime. We can't get it in all the cool stores that, Tracey was able to get her movies in. So with Blood Loss, we have limited options. With Killer Pizza, those options are a little more, we have more options for it. So it's definitely something that we're not going to take for granted. We're going to take advantage of all the opportunities that we have and make the best of it for everybody involved.
Yeah, I've been giving Anthony, I've when he says that, we've actually sat down and talked about how I wanted this film to look and how the the aesthetic and everything of it. I gave him several films and we actually sat and watched them. And I told him, I'm like, okay, now I want a combination of this. And he actually understands exactly what I want from it. So, which is really good to be able to have somebody who can actually understand and see the vision that I'm actually going for. Because that's actually kind of rare to be able to click with somebody. And
Come to the dark side today. We have pizza. Guys, what she's trying to say is I'm awesome, right? Is that what you're trying to...
I have a
We
question.
do work together. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I don't know what I was going to say.
I was just going to say,
said I have a question.
If Emmy has ever changed her mind since it was her concept to at least make a cameo.
She toys with it every now and then. It was really hard to get her to do one promotional video. She keeps telling me that she's going to make another one, but it's not that she's camera shy or anything. It's work. And
yeah, she's that
doesn't
age.
want to do it.
Yeah,
she just doesn't want to do it. She's really excited to see the progress and everything with this. She gets happy. We tell her, we show her. But I think she gets embarrassed about that part. Like, I'm like, oh, look who we got in your film and everything, and she's embarrassed to show us that she's happy.
Aww.
Which is kind of, but again, she's at that age.
Yeah.
She's at the preteen age, and it's not cool to hang out with your parents anymore and stuff like that. It's weird how it changes, just like a light switch. Because I remember with my other two.
Yeah.
So we're at the hour mark.
We're at the hour mark. We didn't even get to talk about the cool stuff behind her and why she has that stuff. Tracey does this really awesome thing every year for Halloween, and it kind of lasts a while too. And I'm kind of jealous that we don't live closer so I can see it. Would you like to elaborate what I'm talking about, Tracey?
Okay. I started about 6 years ago. We moved here from the city, and I was really bummed because in town, everybody could see my stuff, and we came out here, and I thought, well, we're so far out in the country. It kind of reminds me of the cornfield and all that. Wouldn't it be cool if we did Jeepers Creepers? So we did him just like he is in the original movie, up on the pole really high, but I made sure he looked exactly. And I'll tell you what, it went off. I mean, even the people that love the movie, yeah, they loved it. Even the people that hated the movie or do not like horror films still loved it for, they said, the creativity and how scary and real it looked. I even had a neighbor that was coming past my house to go up the road, because we are it's a dead, we're out in the country, to go see her sister, and didn't know it was up. And it was like 9 o'clock at night. And the neighbor calls me and said, I'm not complaining. I just think it's funny, but I thought I'd tell you, my sister came up the road. She panicked, had about a nervous breakdown, turned around in the middle of the road and went home and said, I will not be back to see you until she takes that down. People are afraid he's going to jump off that thing and come after him. But anyway, long story short, this year I've got the creeper truck, which Mandy knows, and I am super excited because they just finished it. I couldn't be more blessed to have moved beside a welder fabricator neighbor. And then my husband's a mechanic. So that truck just came together here just about a week ago. And so anyway, I put all my stuff in their life-size thing. I have 2 of the 12-foot skeletons that every year I do something different. Like this year, he's going to be Pennywise. And last year he was Iron Maiden, because that's what my husband wanted. Not that that's a horror thing, but he wanted that. So I made my own Mothman. Now, some of these, that you'll see, well, she just dressed as a mannequin and, puts the clothes. Yeah, but whenever I get them out there, it's how I set them up and the scenes I put with them and how I add special effects to them and things. But I think we're having about 16 characters out there this year, spread out across the property. We have 8 acres. So, and everybody's going to have their own background scene. So I'm really excited.
And this is what you call your because you have the page for the Silent Lake Horror.
Silent Lake Horror on Facebook, yes. We got.
So
I don't know if you've
see
seen
more of the
it,
pictures and everything there. I'm sorry, Tracey.
No, there's.
I was just saying that everybody can see more stuff there. Never mind. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say there's a company that goes around and rates all because I live in the tri-state of West Virginia, Ohio, and Kentucky. I'm right on the border. And they go around and they look at all the haunts and the yards and stuff, and they vote them. Well, they usually do it at the end of October, and they've went for 2 months and checked everything out, and then they rate them. Well, they put on my Facebook, I got a message that said, "I'm sorry, all haunts and yards out there, but Silent Lake Horror has already won Halloween with the Jeepers Creepers truck." That was so much fun to see and exciting. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So, and this just stuff I just work on, and this is what I'll be doing from now till the end of Halloween. And we have probably 4 to 10 cars that show up every night, and you can hear them because it's every hour. I don't open, I don't close. It's just out there, and I can hear them screaming, laughing. I have a sign down there to tell them to tag me their pictures. And we've probably have between September and October about 300 people that, you know, eventually altogether has shown up to see it. So
when do you think the yard would be set up with everything?
I originally, you know, when I thought you were going to have the premiere on a certain date, and then you know, it was changed. So then I thought, well, so I'm available now, so I'll do my yard display on September, Friday the 13th. So we're going to be putting it all up the week of. And usually I didn't have it up till like the second week of October. And then I realized, you know, it ain't up very long. And then I got to take it down. So we're going to do it in the middle of September.
So and what I'm wondering now is if, well, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh, I don't have no clue. Short term. I have no clue.
What I was going to say is maybe on that day, it's a Friday, so we normally go live on Fridays. Would you be able to stream with us and show us the yard?
Yeah, I can try. I can't promise. I mean, I'll do it definitely, but you know how I am in technology. Lord knows what you'll get. We got 3 lakes out here, and I might end up falling in one trying to walk and show you something. But yeah, I would love to do that. That would be great.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
That'd be cool to have some of the cast members on with us in a group thing, because it's Friday the 13th. So to promote the film, and then maybe have you come on. Then even if you can't stay on the whole time or whatever, you know, we'll have you on the screen showing us the yard and the different props and things.
That sounds great. I love it.
All right.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
So
I was just going to make one little correction on something earlier, just because I feel guilty. Don't say it. The Superman movie they came out with, it was called Superman Legacy. For whatever reason, it ended up being Superman Genesis, because everything on set, everywhere we went, buses and everything said Superman Genesis. And now he's ditched that. Now it's just Superman for 2025. So.
Oh, that sounds good to me. I just saw, like, when I was looking it up today, I thought it was just Superman anyway. I didn't know that it even had those subtitles, but I saw Legacy or something on one of the promo things. So I was like, oh, that must be what they're calling it. But Superman. Yeah, it sounds better anyway.
Simple.
Yeah. All right. So we're at the hour mark. We have to make a video tonight. We have to make a video right after this. But we'll have you back on Friday, September 13th. You guys heard it here. She promised to show us the Silent Lake Horror world famous prop display, which is super cool. All the pictures are, I mean, she shares pictures all the time on Facebook, so you guys can check that out and get an idea for what she has cooking. And then we'll have her come on with us that Friday and show us the yard, so we can see how it turned out and see all the displays together and all that cool stuff.
Yeah. I pulled up the picture of the Jeep to show them before the truck. I mean, the Jeepers Creepers truck. I'm getting all tongue-tied and talking backwards.
Yeah, I've seen it, but now
I've seen it.
Everybody else out there can go check it out. Silent Lake Horrors on Facebook. Tracey, if somebody wants to hire you to be a part of their films, either as an actress or a producer behind the scenes in some capacity, is that something you'd be open to? And if so, what's the formal way to contact you?
Yeah, absolutely. They could go, of course, to IMDb or my email, tpritt84@yahoo.com, or my Facebook page, of course, Tracey Pritt. Yeah, I love the background. You know, I like the acting. I'm just still trying to work myself up, because I know Mandee's going to initiate me. I know that's what's going to happen with Killer Pizza. I'll be ready for anything after that, I'm sure. So I actually have been wanting to get into more voice acting, something. I really do like those. I've seen a lot of things for them, and I'm on Backstage, and I just joined all casting, so I get all the, casting calls. Just like right now, they're wanting people for Jurassic Park 4. And I don't know that I want to travel to California, but we'll just see what happens for background actors. But it's all kinds of cool stuff, if people want to get into acting, and especially the opportunities that you allow people for their first time, and how great and down to earth, and just how comfortable you make it for people who's new to this. And I appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody else will too. So thank you.
Thank you so much for being a part of it with us. It wouldn't be the same without you. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. We're looking forward to having you back on Friday, September 13th, where we get to see the Silent Lake Horrors display live on Facebook and YouTube and everywhere, all across the streaming verse.
Monsterverse.
All across the Monsterverse. So thanks so much for hanging out with us. We'll get you.
Well, thank you for having me.
Glad we got you on tonight. So we'll have to trick your agent into letting you come back on a little more often.
Yeah, agent.
I think I'm her agent.
All right. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time.
Love you,
All
Tracey.
Right.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
That was Tracey Pritt from Friday the 13th, Blood Loss, Night Howl, Killer Pizza, Superman, and more. Super awesome to hang out with her and to have her on tonight. We tried getting her on before, I think, but the schedules didn't line up. So we were able to get her on tonight. Super excited that she was here with us to talk about her experiences working behind the scenes and on screen. And we're excited to see her again Friday, September 13th, when we get to see that cool yard display live. So the campaigns for, run through it quick. Friday the 13th, Blood Loss goes live on Indiegogo September 1st. This is our finishing funds campaign. It's super important. If we're able to raise the money within the first 30 days, the campaign's only set for 30 days. If we're able to raise the money and reach our goal within that amount of time, we'll be able to release the film this year. We'll be able to have a movie premiere for the cast, and we will be able to get the Blu-rays made sooner than later. So if you're able to help out by donating and sharing the campaign, it's much appreciated. We'll have movie premiere tickets available through that campaign. So if you want to come hang out, watch the movie with us, please do. The campaigns for Killer Pizza are in demand right now on Indiegogo. We still have a ton of perks, including unique acting opportunities, official producer credits, custom merchandise, and more. And then, of course, the campaign for Boredom and Bloodshed goes live this Friday. We have a special offer for one day only. Get yourself an associate producer credit for only $99. You can't beat that. It's going to be a project that you don't want to miss out on. It's part of a brand new original series that we're working on. We plan on introducing brand new or original characters and creating all kinds of opportunities for actors, voice actors, and more. Check that out. There are perks to get your book in the movie, get your picture in the movie, get your voice in the movie, come film on set. You can be anything from a background extra up to having a custom speaking role. So check that out Friday when the campaign goes live. I've seen the merchandise. The merchandise for it looks cool. You guys are going to want it. And that's it, right? We're back this Friday. We have another guest from cast member from Friday the 13th, Blood Loss. It's Camille Langley. She filmed with us this past filming session. She did an amazing job. We wanted to have her come on and talk about her experience. So you guys don't want to miss that. It's her first time going live, first interview, first time being on with us, the whole thing. So it should be pretty fun. She had a pretty major role in the film. So it's should be a good time. Come check it out. Hang out with us. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate all the support, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. See you Friday.